Time to go.
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
Oh, the haul today is pretty great. Follow the wind.
There is no escape!
I'll put you in my teeth.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
You need a hurry up. Killjoy! We've only just begun. This Killjoy is done. Fuel slugged!
Into the wind.
Come and have a good look yourself.
You've got a deal. I can't.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30...
Wow! We know that when Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day,
Welcome. Hi! Of course, many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted. Sure, we may not be... you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant...
those students...
I enjoy making jewelry for newlyweds themselves.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to... Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scar...
They're called Ain el Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites they're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ain el Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern.
Wait, did you say $500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
I wouldn't worry too much.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying gathering information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, all right. This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the...
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with...
They're nothing to be afraid of.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money?
Yeah, with boss...
All these guys...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? Travel?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
I can't stand it.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. The Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted.
So, you mean...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yeah. Furthermore, she can... But the story doesn't mark my words. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has...
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged...
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to... Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at,
I told you the other day.
Ha! The boss made it
Yes, and in no uncertain terms.
I'm warning you. Don't push us.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, if, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid.
Mr. Iman, there appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us, plus, he went that way! After him!
Please, just leave. Forget the cost of the meal. Just, pretend not.
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off with... All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have... Since you toured...
Who exactly are you two? And what... A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah!
She doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no... Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next...
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper? We'll reconvene at the appointed time.
So, since...
You were willing to part with 500,000 more of... Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they... Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what...
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile... This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents with...
That's a myth.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the commons. Well, I think that about sums it up. So that's your true... With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be, she's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to meet with...
Until you complete this task, you don't...
Fine.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares. I'll prepare some funds for you.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the...
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They...
Try inspecting them with element...
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password. And here's don't be cheap. Oh, and...
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's... Okay, then we...
Looking at what Alhaitha wrote, Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the...
What a unique palette. We have a...
Following the paper got it.
Ronak, these two want to buy...
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No. Look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
Time to go.
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up...
How did they...
All thanks to your...
But, well, I never... Oh, what should...
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on. Hey there! Paimon's name is Paimon, and she's a traveler who was just passing by.
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome. What's bothering us is this prototype Aranara. To start with, could I,
Prototype Aranara? You mean...
there we have it. The verdict is in.
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a
So for context, Aranara, our magical creature for the store's 20th anniversary. We plan to release a series of hand-carved This is a prototype we made. When we put it out...
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it, though.
This is not an Aranara. I've read Uncle Tanja's art.
Toys do look better when they're round and chubby. Uncle Tonder said an Aranara. This carving makes... Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh?
Kassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but it doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
Oh!
Yeah, so I would totally ask my...
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all? Oh, this is such a shame. What?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here in Port Orm. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment.
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories, too. We asked Tanja for guidance, but right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an hour. As you can see...
Hey! Since you're the famous traveler, he doesn't have to come in person. Please, if...
They seem pretty desperate. Yep!
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right.
I'm sorry.
He's cautious of us. Let's take a...
Before I retrieve... Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is... He's cautious of us. Let's take a...
Before I retrieve... Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that make...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your product. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? Oh, Hatham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He ran that way.
Time to go.
Look, he's over there.
Follow the wind.
Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right.
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some horror fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing...
Oh, very good.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory?
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions...
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a...
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much more they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business. So that's why it's your first time here. But don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course.
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably...
What kind of products do you seek? Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological...
Yeesh. Who would want to be an expert in...
Or how about... With this one, you can become an...
Ooh, now this...
2 million Mora at... Whoa! Of course, you are free to pick whatever...
Alright, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
You...
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My, oh my. You are blessed. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just...
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million. But all the canned knowledge we just... Think about it. We've gone to all the... Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent. Then...
Hold on a second. Paimon...
Oh, but my dear customer, the
Uh-oh. Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the Mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let time on Take a Look. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right.
I'll find you your...
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia law...
Mora, Mora, shiny Mora. Oh,
Ha, you two made it. And
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup?
well, Wakela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port...
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the...
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about...
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer.
Yeah, she just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to...
In that case, you're on... A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I'm investigating because I'm curious as to what the As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an several brigades. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from... They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains the Scarlet King's power.
So you kept hounding them because they were
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me. The divine knowledge capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the Matra's notice, the winning brigade will... Unless I know whose hands the divine knowledge capsule ends up in, Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board...
In other words, you wanted us to befriend...
Yes, you can say that. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the divine knowledge capsule's whereabouts. If I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay, then we'll...
Alhaitham, before you go, we actually bought a knowledge capsule for us.
You two want to try doing so right under the Academia's nose?